Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. So it's been a while. Unexpectedly, I took like a 3 or 4 month hiatus roughly from Taking Swiss Kriss. But just to recap and refresh everyone, yeah, I was like, I want to try this out. I've always really been into like cleansing and colon health and things like that. I used to get colonics very regularly. I learned about Swiss Kriss, and then there wasn't a lot of information though to be found about taking it long term, the dose that you should take. How long should you take it? Should you take it for a while and then come off of it for a while? It comes in 90, 120, and also 250 count bottles. So I went ahead and got the 250 count this time. Things that I wanted to point out. If you've never seen Swiss Kriss before, or I know, some people just don't like taking tablets, pills, capsules, whatever. But here you see it, and it's just like a pressed sort of herbal tablet, but each one is stamped Swiss Kriss, and then there's a little line in the middle even. So if you wanted to have more control over your dose or take less of it, I think on the bottle it also says that you can give it to kids. Yep. Wow, even children 6 to 12, which is interesting because I think most products like this I've seen, I think you can't take it unless you're at least 12 years old, right? Their recommendation is for children 6 to under 12 years can take one tablet once or twice a day. Adults and children over 12, you can take 2 tablets once or twice a day. There's some ingredients here. They're the lowest listed, but for example, they have carmellose sodium, dicalcium phosphate, microcrystalline cellulose, polyvinyl pyrrolidone, and silica. So I'm assuming that is all of what is like holding these capsules together. Now, and also calcium stearate. So Swiss Kriss also comes in a flake form. If you've been wanting to take Swiss Kriss, but you're like, I don't know about the pills, or you looked up the ingredients and you don't like some of the ingredients that are in there, there is that flake option. When I looked at the flake form, it's literally just everything, all the herbal components, but none of those last like 5 or 6 things that I read or attempted to read to you guys. They don't taste bad at all. They taste very herbal. You can taste like the peppermint, and there's some like peach and strawberry leaves and other herbs in there. So they're very easy to take. 4 per day is how I experience the most benefits in terms of weight loss and everything else. And also it seems sustainable for me long term. I've been taking 4 of them per day, so I will continue to do. Why am I taking it again? 1, I regained some of the weight. So with everything that I just described to you that I was doing that was so excellent, I still regained some of the weight, and it was I would say about 5 to 7 pounds. The summer had kind of passed by. I was living life, even though I was being very healthy for the most part. Like, hey, it's the end of a season, the end of a cycle. It's time for a detox. I started just feeling sluggish. Also, my skin, I noticed that my skin just wasn't looking as like bright and glowy anymore. Definitely, the observations of people close to me and compliments that I received changed, right? So we are now in the middle of the 2nd week. I started last Monday. The experience has been good so far, but definitely a little different from the first and second times around. This is my 3rd bottle of Swiss Kriss. I definitely noticed they always seem to be fresh and really great quality. Like, I've never seen any like crumbling ones or misshapen ones or anything like, and that gives me a really good feeling about this product because it looks like they have excellent quality control, and they take a lot of pride in what they are doing. So that makes me feel a lot better about it. All right, so let's talk about the differences compared to the last time I took Swiss Kriss. So this time in particular, I don't have all of that gurgling that I was telling you about, where my stomach was just constantly gurgling when I took Swiss Kriss the first time. There's much less gas, and I can work out and be active. By the second day, the second morning, I woke up early, like usual. I was feeling energized. Maybe it's a placebo effect. I don't know, you guys, but it's definitely happening. I just feeling lighter, having that fresh feeling that I talked about in my previous videos starting to come back. It's not 100% there, but I've definitely noticed there's less biofilm on my teeth when I wake up in the morning, things like that. Body odor, I'm noticing a reduction in that. But experience was so crazy originally, and when I say crazy, I mean, if you saw, I think the most popular video I did about this, the title is I Had a Time Last Night, and that was unbelievable, like what was happening, where I took the Swiss Kriss at night and I went to sleep around 1 a.m. and I had gotten up and I had someone commented in a previous video that I said I was very productive. I kept saying productive. I had a productive time in the bathroom. I was taking massive poops there, we'll say it, right? Like the biggest, if you can think, and this is coming from someone who habitually did colonics, right? I honestly felt like the volume of poop that I was pooping was equivalent to a colonic. And I did that in the middle of the night 4 times. I got back into my bed and I just thought it, I was looking out my window and I'm like, it doesn't look light outside, but it just feels like, based on the number of times that I've gotten up and I went to the bathroom and I've gone back to sleep and I've gotten up again. I had gone to the bathroom 4 times. I'm thinking, okay, I went to bed at 1 a.m. I've gone to the bathroom. I've taken the biggest, most volatile poops of my life, of my entire life. Colonic level poops in the middle of the night. The sun is about to rise. It has to be. It has to be time for me to get up and get ready for work because it's impossible. And I touched my phone and it was 3:30. So Swiss Kriss is not to be played with. I was a little nervous doing this again, knowing that there had been 3 months. So I was wondering, wow, is there like a 3-month buildup, that's going to need to get cleared out? But I really feel encouraged just with what Swiss Kriss was able to do the first 2 times that I took it. And I think that it truly, like, really cleared out my system of years of blockages and backed up crap. Yeah. It's really reassured me that I'm doing the right things and that the junk is not really building up, or it hasn't built up to where the Swiss Kriss has so much work to do. Since being off of Swiss Kriss, taking that break of several months and getting back on Swiss Kriss, when I take the 4 tablets at night and I lie down, the most that I've done is gotten up twice in one night. Most times I'll get up once a night, and even if I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom on Swiss Kriss, what's taking place in the bathroom is by no means as dramatic as what I described to you guys a minute ago, as far as what was happening when I had a time last night and all those other kind of silly, funny videos that I did about what was going on then. So it's not as exciting if you're here. Like, I know that's a big niche on YouTube, it seems, or on the internet in general, of like people going to get colonics and I get it, right? It's funny. If you're in kindergarten. Anyway, one similarity though I will say is it's that same 3-day pattern that I noticed with the Swiss Kriss. Is like it works in a cycle. Those first 3 days, I know that Swiss Kriss is working because I'm going to the bathroom more. Like I said, I felt more energy. I felt fresher, like not having the coating on my teeth. The 4th day, I want to say, like, the first time I would have said, or the first time and the second time I took Swiss Kriss, I would have said all hell breaks loose. But it's really not, like, I can't even say that with the same energy, right? But things really seem to ramp up. And then that goes on for like 4 days. And again, I'm taking the same dose. I'm being mindful about how much water I consume. So I'm making sure, you know, I consume enough water. I'm eating, being mindful of what I eat, right? And yet still, it always consistently is like that. It's like 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, no matter what day, whatever dose I'm taking. So I've personally been weighing myself, but I'm also like not necessarily sharing that. My tips for anyone that's taking Swiss Kriss, I would definitely recommend that you do not attempt to eat fried food or drink alcohol. And if you do drink alcohol, probably do it sparingly. If you can get away with wine, I would do that. For me, Swiss Kriss is not something that you can take and not do anything else. It's more of the experience of the Swiss Kriss, right? How hard it is to remain on Swiss Kriss or have a good feeling throughout the experience if you're doing all that stuff. Also, I mentioned before, this is how I prefer to take it, but I definitely feel like taking the Swiss Kriss, lying down, letting it do its magic is the best way. Through trial and error, I've learned, and the times that I've deviated from that, and this is personal, my personal experience, of course, but more pain, cramping, unsettled sleep when you finally do lie down, that was my experience when I tried to do things like that. So I hope that this helps someone. I know I have a couple like ride or die people, ride or dies, who pretty much always comment. I'm really interested to know if you guys, if you are still taking Swiss Kriss, how's it going for you? Again, I'm so sorry that I've been missing in action so long. This time around, so we're already like almost 2 weeks in. I'm probably not gonna do the daily videos anymore. I don't feel like there's anything really going on that warrants me making so many videos like I did last time, but I did just want to touch base, kind of let you guys know what's going on, see if anyone who commented before, what you guys are all doing, if you're still taking it. Please let me know if you experienced something that made you stop taking Swiss Kriss and you're not going to take it anymore. Understanding that it's all personal experience and stuff like that. But yeah, I would like to know myself. Like, I feel a lot more comfortable than I did before. I think you probably can tell. If you watch my other videos, you will see, like, I was just constantly saying, like, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to do anything bad. I don't want to, don't listen to me. I was like, I kept saying, don't do what I'm doing and stuff like that. But yeah, now that we've gotten over it, we've crossed that bridge. I really would love to know, like, okay, what are other people's experiences? If there's anyone watching this, I beg of you, if you've taken Swiss Kriss for multiple years or decades, let me know in the comments. What is your experience? What's your recommendation? Because yeah, I really love this. For anyone who tuned in just to hear about weight loss, that's the only reason you're here. I just told you all these other benefits. We are going to live to be 105 or something. Colons clean, skin glowing, all of our teeth in our 90s. And you have the audacity to ask me if I lost any weight. It's like I lost weight. Somebody can't wait to hop in the comments to tell me how bad and fat I look. Fake that beep, nah. And somebody else can't wait to tell me that my afro crooked. Wow.